Hiya. I was just listening to Radio Lab and completely forgot to talk about the War Games episode 4. So I'm going to talk about the War Games episode 4. And just this story is just layer after layer after layer. I'm sure I talked about a computer game last time and how you move up to the next boss, and there's this sense of unease about the whole thing, even when Pat's doing his normal Pat thing. It's just amazing. But the thing I wanted to talk about was Terrance Dicks. I mentioned Terrance Dicks before, and Terrance Dicks is just like the bread and butter, in my opinion, of Doctor Who. You know, he's just the solid rock behind so much of what became Doctor Who. And there's just moments in this story that are just so perfectly put together in terms of the plotting and the scripting. I know Mac Hook wrote the War Games too, but just the fact that there's a lecture in the middle of the episode which allows Terrance Dicks to get a stack of information across in a way that's completely unobtrusive. You compare that to the Space Pirates, where we had whole reams of dialogue to tell you stuff. And the same thing happens here, but because it's in this context of a lecture, it doesn't feel like you're being lectured. That's also dispersed for this eventually fruitless chase with Jamie and Jennifer running around, not escaping on horses, but to give it some sort of movement and action. It's just a brilliant way to get lots of information across an episode without actually making it feel like that's what's going on. So, kudos to Terrance Dicks. We're going to talk about him a lot. However, what a cliffhanger. You know, the Doctor recognises this guy, and this guy recognises the Doctor, and there's things that are a bit like TARDISes, and it's been a long time since there's been anybody like the Doctor in Doctor Who. So, ooh.